So I'm back. We're going to exchange this new one with this old one. And I'm just going to show you step by step how to do it. First, you see the green? That is your ground. A lot of old houses don't have the light switches or the outlets grounded because of the fact that they just didn't, I don't know. So I'm gonna make sure I can pull the copper out of here and ground it first, and then I will switch it out. Something easy to remember, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Makes for fast removal. And these are old screws, so they are sharp, so watch your fingers. Almost. So like I said, there's no ground. They don't do grounding here. They didn't ground. And with this, it's the same thing where there's two black wires, which is really kind of strange because of the fact that that's just not how things are typically wired. So I'm looking in here for the copper. That up there, and I see it in here. It's just tucked back in a way. So I'm going to see what that ends up like. And they got it tucked back here in this corner. So it's always in there. And what I'll do is I'll put it back, but I'm gonna bring one piece of the copper, as you see right here. You can see that piece right there. That is the copper wiring. Maybe you can't see it, I don't know, but see, that's the copper wiring. That is the ground. So I'm going to remove a piece of that because it's a couple of different pieces, 3 pieces strand together, and I'll just take one of the pieces and kind of de-strand it or remove it from the little circle of, again, be careful with your fingers because sometimes, oh, it sounds like a landscaper's here. So I have a piece now that I've moved out of the little bundle so I can get some movement around with it. So I got that, and I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that back up. I'm going to shove it back in to where it was. So I'm going to shove this back in to where it was. So if you're doing a single circuit like this, there isn't a common and a neutral like there would be with the ones that allow you to have multiple switches on one switch. They're going to have more switches because, well, they do more things and they have more things to turn off and whatnot. So this is a single circuit, so that means that it's just like the 2 pieces, no matter where you put it, it's going to connect. But I like to keep it the way that it's installed. So when I bring mine over here, I'm looking and it has off on the thing. It says off. So mine has off as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it wire to wire. So whatever wire's here, I'm going to put here so it stays the same in the loop of things. So when somebody comes and says, hey, we're doing maybe a different remodel, I hope you can hear me over all that noise. It's really funny whenever I do videos and all of a sudden something in the background is extremely noisy. So with with these, what's really cool is that they have like a little button right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they have a little thing and you can push it and it should release the wire. So we've got it on, so we got it off. So this one is going to be my top for my off switch, off like that. So I'll put it in there, but I'm going to also, it has this wonderful little gauge right here of how long the wire needs to be. So it's a little longer than what I need. So I'm just going to trim it up. I'll remeasure it to make sure, because I really personally, and I'm not, you know, by no means am I an electrician, but I like the coating of the wire to be flush to the box. It just makes me feel better. I see I made that a little bit shorter, but that's okay. So we're gonna shove that into the top because that's where we're off. We got it on the off. I always like to check again, but we're not gonna do that first. We're gonna first do our grounding. And by the way, the power to this area is off. Like that's so super important before you do anything, that you make sure your power is off. But yeah, so I made my little hook. You see my hook? Then I'm going to slide my wire in there. Wow. And I'm going to tighten it down. And I don't know if it's necessary or not, but there's screws over here. I'm not using the screws because like on here, on the back, there's just a spot to stick in the wire. I like to tighten down the screws just because they can connect with something else. If the wrong thing connects with it, it can connect the current. And so better to be safe than sorry. Put them in a hidden position for me. Like, I don't know, that's just like, I don't think it's necessary, but I like to make them flush so that like they don't stick out. Because I have accidentally touched the screw to another light thing and it like popped. So again, checking again, my off switch, and we're gonna push it in. It's just as simple as this. Pushing it in, and now it's in. Like that light is now connected. We're gonna pop this one out. There it is, bump, bump, bump. Same thing, it's a little longer than it needs to be. So we're just gonna take a little bit off. And just shove it in there. That's what she said. If you're an Office fan, you understand. So I push it in, I pull it, it's not going to come back out because there's teeth in there that are going to grip it. And what I found out today on my other installation of this is that once these teeth are in there, or once the wire is in there, it is nearly impossible to get it back out because it does not like. Alright, now we got to bend it back in place. One of the reasons why I really like to make sure it's flush is with all this, I want to make sure that it's not touching things this shouldn't touch. As you see, sometimes getting the space back. Get out of the way. So there it is. I think that the problem is, I'm gonna move this guy. Let's get you over here. Into that spot in the box. What I do know is that it will fit in here because it came out of here. It's just a matter of putting it in there, getting it in there. Oops. Me having goggles or eye protection would probably be a good idea right now. So I literally was having the best hair day ever this morning, and the heat of all of this has made me bun it back up. Looks like I'm sticking the metal into something. I'm not. I'm just moving a wire over and getting this positioned so that when it's time, which is right now, now we put the cover back on. Now, this space right here is about to get remodeled more. The countertops are being replaced, so all of this backsplash is coming off. If I had the tools, I would just pull it off right myself, but I do not. So I have a feeling this will be removed, but for purpose of showing completion, that would go right there typically. Doesn't really fit, but as you see, that's what that would look like once this is all out. It'll have a nice white finish to it and be ready to go. So there you go. I have changed the light switch, and once I turn the power back on, that right there will light up the room. Have a great day. Bye.